So today we're gonna be completely redoing our entire desk setup and replacing it with this massive 80-inch solid wood desk from Uplift. We got a lot of work to do. We gotta break down the old setup and make an entire new one. So let's get to it. So first things first, we gotta move some of this stuff out of the way. All right, now that the PC's off, let's unplug everything. Let's go put this over here. All right, I already took the first monitor off. Let's take this one off. And then let's get this monitor arm off of here. This should pop off. There we go. Now we have to get this desk out of here. And the entire entrance is covered with my camera stuff, so this might take a little bit. Damn, this desk got dirty. This desk is gross. Got so gross. I'm glad the new desk isn't white. All right, desk is cleared. Let's get this thing out of here. All right, old desk is out of here. Finally, took a while, but now we can start building the new one. Man, they really packaged this thing good. There's like 10 layers of foam on this thing. All right. We got it out of the box. So if you see the color, it is a straight walnut top, solid wood. Now you can actually see the full size of it. It's actually taller than me and I'm 5'10", 5'11". I already cleared out all the garbage, so it's time to actually put the legs on. So they actually included a bunch of holes. I'm assuming this is for the frame, which is nice so I don't have to drill into the desk. This desk is really deceiving because it doesn't look that heavy, but walnut, I guess, weighs a ton. All right, so here's the box with the legs. Seems like it's solid steel. Seems pretty heavy duty. Let's open it up. This is like the heaviest part, honestly, are these two legs. These motors always weigh a ton. This probably hooks onto the bottom. It looks like it snaps in, and then it holds the cables under the desk, which is kind of cool. I almost forgot we had another package. We have the 8-count outlet, which we'll put right on the bottom, which is really nice. We also have the power strip for the top, and we have the sides and the feet of the desk right here. So far, I expanded the frame, and all I'm doing is screwing in these two screws to keep it somewhat solid while I put in the legs. We got one on this side, and we got one on this side. All right, now I'm just putting the sides on. So there's two screws here. Screw these in. All right, let's go ahead and put the legs on. So this should snap in like that. And then we should just screw in pretty easily. Off camera, I did screw in the controller, which is right here. And they give you a little cable runner, so I slid that on. All right, these are super easy, so they just snap right on. So make sure it's upside down, and they just snap right in like that. All right, so now we're installing the power strip that came with the desk. There's 8 outlets on this thing. There's a reset and off, and there's a light for ground, which is super nice. Now on this other side, we're gonna install the cable management tray that came with the desk. So it's kind of this like felt looking tray, and we're gonna put it to the right of the power strip so we can put any of the larger power blocks and things like that inside of this so it's secured. So this just kind of hooks onto these bottom ones like that, right? And then it rolls over and hooks onto this side as well. Okay, I got it to this point, but let's try to finish standing this thing up. It weighs so much, but if I push against the wall, it definitely helps. All right, I just plugged it in to raise it up. 48.6 inches, which is crazy. And we're using the Uplift V3 standing desk frame, which is their brand new one. First, we screwed our cable vertebrae in here, and we're running the power strip all the way down to the bottom. We have 3 cables running through here. We have the power strip cable, the new one. We have the Ethernet cable that'll go into the PC, and then we have just an LED strip that I use under my PC. Being able to just toss my cables back there, and I could like pull it off and mess with the cables whenever I want is actually super useful. I hate zip tying any of my cables because if I ever have to get to them again, I can't. So I like to leave them usually pretty loose. All the cables are in. Let's just pull it back to the end. All right, monitor arms are secured. And yes, I'm using 2 different ones because this one that I got pushes in the wall too much and my desk would be all the way up. So I just use my old one and the top one, and it works. All right, monitors are on and they're pretty level as I'm probably gonna get them. All right, PC is turned on and moved back. And just for little test. It does shake a little bit, but this thing is super sturdy. And there we go. The entire setup is on a standing desk, and this thing is pretty solid. Before we go, I have one more thing to add. The Clarksville ergonomic chair from Uplift. 15 minutes down and the chair's done. And it goes really well with the setup. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. This desk is insane with their new V3 frame. And if you are looking for something similar to this, I will leave the link in the description for you guys. And don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.